Okay, my dear Greg Saunders.
Gregory.
Eagle looking great, you're dope.
And we're rolling, Gregory.
Greg Saunders.
Wow. Hey, great.
Show us the skills that have made you a media darling.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome to the Saturday Morning Stateline Show. It helps when the microphone's turned up. You know, you're getting older when headlines no longer blame your generation for all of the problems going on. I'm Greg. He's Tom. He's on his way in. It's your Saturday Morning Stateline Show, episode number 147, Main Streets. We're going to talk to a guy that I went to high school with back in the day in the great land of cheese, Muskego, Wisconsin. That's how long I've been in Illinois, Lance. I'm brainwashed here. I need help. I'm actually calling out to you for help. That's why you're on the show today. It has nothing to do with Main Streets. I need your assistance. It's the fourth day of February, the latest it has ever been in the history of mankind, and we are glad that you have chosen to join with us today. Got some great guests lined up for our coming shows as well. Some local not-for-profits, Carpenter's Place, Nick's Wish, Red Cross will be back again, Rockwood Promise. Actually, April Fool's Day falls on a Saturday this calendar year. So what will the Saturday Morning Stateline Show do for April Fool's Day? Probably what we do every week, because it's kind of foolish every week anyway. So I don't know that we'll have anything special on April Fool's Day, but maybe we will possibly be extra foolish just in honor of the holiday. Speaking of the holiday, Groundhog Day was this past Thursday, and looks like we all saw our shadows here in the Midwest. So we're getting 6 more weeks of winter. And if you're surprised, you haven't lived here very long. Of course, the thing about it, the spring is the late winter, and before we get to spring, there are definitely days, and there's weeks, and sometimes even days, we experience all 4 seasons in one dang day. So the weather, it's going to be in the 30s, maybe even 40s at times in the coming week, just in time for the Illinois snow sculpting competition. Now that we actually have some snow, if you haven't been by Sinisippi Park yet here in Rockford, they're building the big, huge blocks. I forget the dimensions of these blocks, but they're huge. They're like half of a shipping container, or something like that. They're so huge. And then they carve them things down and whittle them down and turn them into amazing sculptures every year. And then the winners of the competition here in Rockford go on to the national thing. So it's delayed from the January, because the January date that they originally set, because obviously we had rain instead of snow in January, which was interesting. But now we have snow, and the snow that we didn't have previous to the last week's blizzard thing, they were making it out at Alpine Hills. So snow's been made. The blocks are being made. The competition, I think, kicks off Tuesday or Wednesday is when they can actually start whittling away at the blocks of snow. I'm not exactly sure, but it's this week. And then next weekend, they got all the judging and stuff. It's so cool. Hopefully the weather doesn't get too warm. I hate it. Who am I? Hopefully it doesn't get too warm, and the snow sculptures last a good long time, so we can drive through Sinisippi for a week or so and actually enjoy them like we have in years past. But that's this week. Looking forward to that. Lots of other stuff going on this week too. But before we get too far, even though we don't have Tom on the show yet, he's on his way. He's driving home from his early morning duties. We do have a big number of the week this week, so let's get to that right now. Our big number. There's Tom. Good morning, buddy. 800 million is our big number of the week this week. And the answer is paper or planes.
I was going to go with number of M&Ms I've eaten in my lifetime.
Oh, that's way short. I've had way more than 800 million. Paper or plane. Our current race to 10 has Joann leading now by a score of 5-3. I got this feeling Tom's going to let her get a little bit of a decent lead and then just come back and charge ahead just like Joann did to him last time.
Yeah, sure. Sure.
All right. We'll see about that.
I'm on a bad streak.
You're all right. You're all right. Yeah. So for those, since you just joined us, today is the 4th day of February, the year 2023, the latest it has ever been
in the history of mankind.
Okay, now we've got a show. Lance is going to be joining us here in just a minute. He's standing by, ready to roll. Got some quick shout outs for everybody this week. Want to give a quick shout out. Last weekend, Forest Hills Country Club was the host of the wedding reception that my coworker's daughter had a beautiful. It snowed all day last Saturday, if you remember.
Oh, I remember.
All day. It didn't stop. Thankfully, it was not the great big flakes, and we didn't get buried like Buffalo. But we did get in some areas up to like 7 inches of snow.
Oh yeah, because I counted. You know how you can count like the path when you snow blow it. I counted. Let's see, about like that, which was 8 inches is what it was. I measured it.
Yeah,
8 inches. So I don't know if some of that might have been drifting or whatever. So
it's pretty light, fluffy stuff, thankfully.
Yeah.
So beautiful pictures and stuff from the wedding reception that Emily and Jason, congratulations to the Mr. and Mrs. Keast, and had a wonderful time. Also, our friend from Good Day Stateline, Michelle Abrams, was there because Emily was one of her past producers on the show.
Oh, okay.
So a quick shout out and congratulations to Michelle on her 500th show this week. If you missed it, last night's show was number 500.
Well, she's got us beat.
She's got to remember this about Good Day Stateline. When she started, she was a Sunday show. It was just a weekly. Mm-hmm. And for like the first 2 years, I think it was that was it. And then it became an everyday, a weekday show. Right. And they've been rocking it every Monday through Friday on Fox 39, 5:30 and 11. They do a great job and a wonderful highlighting a lot of Rockford stuff. Part of their 500th show yesterday, they went to Chicago to this slime factory thing and made slime. But they do a lot of fun stuff around the state line and promote stuff that's happening around here like we do. They just do it better looking and with more cameras and help. So speaking of which, again, we're going to talk to Lance Miller from Plum Media about Main Streets that's coming to Woodstock here. They were already in Woodstock, but the show is going to be on in just a couple of weeks. Couple more shout outs. My son Noah had his birthday last Sunday. We went out to Tilted at the mall, had a fun time playing games out at Tilted 10. If you haven't been out there, they got bowling lanes that you don't have to traditionally bowl at. The bumper bowl, it's bumper bowling to a whole nother level. We did that last time. This year we did the mini golf, which we would not recommend. It's not that fun at Tilted. It was pretty, the mini golf there, quite boring. But the other stuff at Tilted is pretty fun.
They got a bowling alley in there, huh?
They do have a bowling alley and the lower level. Yeah, the lower level, which is very fun. Definitely worth it there. That we would recommend. Rock River Valley Blood Center, they're doing their high school push for the next week or 2 weeks. If you haven't given blood in the last 8 weeks and you're able to, now's the time to get in there, help them with the blood supply. And when you do, cast a vote for whatever high school you'd like to support with their big high school challenge.
Ah, there you go. That's
going on. I missed that by a few days because I donated earlier last week, and so I won't be able to donate.
So if you could have, which high school would you have supported? Would you have said Burlington or whatever school you went to?
No, Harlem.
Oh, well, of course, because Christy works there. Yes,
Christy works.
That makes sense. Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, if you could have donated in favor of them, but it wouldn't have mattered because they're not in the competition, right?
They would have had one vote.
Yeah.
Yay, Muskego Warriors up in Wisconsin. They got one vote.
Muskego, yeah, that's right.
Montecito Country Club, they hosted our Keller Williams party last night. Our Keller Williams annual company party. Which instead of doing a Christmas party, we do a year-end celebration party, either end of January, early February. We did that last night. Keller Williams as a company, as a whole, as an international company, celebrating 40 years this year. And in 40 years, Keller Williams Realty's become the largest real estate company in the world. It's pretty amazing what it's accomplished in 40 years. Gary Keller and his crew is just amazing. And Keller Williams Realty Signature in the state line here with a Galena office and a Janesville office, soon to be Beloit office. There's a Belvedere Work Center as well. It's amazing the growth that's taken place here in the state line with our Keller Williams team. So kudos to Tony Vanderhayden and all the crew there, Ken, and everyone that helps make things happen at Keller Williams Realty Signature. Also celebrated a milestone of giving back $2 million to the agents that help build the franchise here in the state line. We had a big party a couple of years ago to celebrate reaching the $1 million milestone. It took a long time to get to 1 million. So this last million was a whole lot quicker. In fact, last year, I believe the number was 267 or 87, like 200, over $250,000 of the franchise's profit was given back to the agents that helped build it. There's a profit sharing system at Keller Williams Realty, and it's pretty amazing. And so kudos to KWRS for achieving that $2 million milestone, profit share milestone. One low light of the week, and then one more highlight of the week. Low light being my daughter-in-law's car was stolen right out of their driveway this week.
Oh, jeez. In
After,
Texas?
No.
In that's your daughter in Texas. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Kenny's wife. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Okay.
And just crazy. And I know this has been going on. We've been hearing in the news, especially in the Milwaukee area, of all these Kias and Hyundais that are being stolen everywhere.
Oh, yeah. This is like a new challenge or something.
It's some kind of, there's a thing in, especially Milwaukee. I think they call themselves the Kia kids or the Kia boys or whatever. They run around and they steal these cars because there's YouTube videos showing people how to do it. It's not, there's a defect in the car that makes it easy to steal. Well, my daughter-in-law's car was not a Kia or a Hyundai. They just went out to start it up and warm it up on a cold winter day. And a minute later, someone drove by, saw it running, nobody in it, and jumped in and took it.
That happened to me once.
It's crazy.
I know.
It's crazy. So anyway, that's the low light of the week. One last highlight of the week is today's, it's Michael Coolidge's birthday. So our good friend, Michael Coolidge, happy birthday. I don't think it's a milestone birthday. I don't think he's like 40.
Hey, when you get to be his age, every birthday's a milestone. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
That's us, Tom. That's
okay. You know what? I'm going to text him. Where's my phone? Where's my bag?
Shout out to Kurt Sanders this morning, who's commenting saying he'd vote for Winnebago for the blood drive.
That's right. That's right.
And he's watched every show of Good Day State Line, which, if you're at home at 5:30 or 11, why not? Tune it in. All right. Any final shout outs before we get to our guest, Tom?
No. I'm a latecomer. I'm punished here. I'm punishing myself.
All right. Well, Lance,
I was working.
I know. Lance Miller, good morning to you, buddy.
Good morning, Greg. How are you?
I am very well. We have not talked for what? 34 years? 35 years.
Coming up on 35 years. It's pretty crazy.
It is pretty crazy. And now, in our defense, Lance, we were in a class of about 365 students. And if I remember correctly, about 320 of us actually graduated.
Yeah.
So big school. We probably only shared maybe one or two classes together in all of our high school existence. One of the things I regret not doing at Muskego High School, I was in band, but there was a couple of our band students who did both band and choir. And I kind of wish I'd have done that at least one year, because Mr. Jacoby was one of the best teachers ever.
Yeah, I never had a class with him because I was never in band. Those guys that you never had as a teacher, but yeah, buddy.
We're having some definite audio issues here, Lance. I don't know what that might be. Are you on a phone or are you on a laptop?
Tied in with our high-speed internet here. Maybe my headphones.
I don't know. It's just cutting in and out on us. We'll do our best here. We want to definitely plug Main Streets, which you've been working with Plum Media now. Tell us a little bit about Plum Media and your involvement with Main Streets.
Is video and live, and one of the things we produced over the last couple of years, and it's a show called John McGivern's Main Streets, destination travel show. Basically, it's our goal to visit and bring more communities. And what I really like about the show is that travel show. It's part history show, it's mixed in our host and helps make things. It's a lot of fun. It's probably the best shop I've ever had.
So the Woodstock show, I'm going to put up a quick picture of you guys when you guys were in Rockford last season. John did a great job of hitting a lot of the highlights here in Rockford, Illinois, up and down the river, checking out places like Stockholm Inn and visiting with Rick Nielsen, looking at Anderson Japanese Gardens and a couple other places. Last season, you guys were on a bunch of the Fox stations, but now you're picked up by PBS, and that's pretty exciting. That's cool.
Yeah. The did before Main Streets was in Illinois. Are familiar with that show? It was in its time slot. That was the number one rated in the country. And now that show, and now that is over, we've turned it into a Midwest based. And I have to say, I produce, and it's near and dear to because when you go nomination, you have to create these conglomerate episode in the middle of another episode, and so Rockford was one of the episodes submitted to the Emmy committee for best Midwest magazine show. And thanks to the fine people of Rockford.
We are going to try something here, Lance, because of this audio is such a goofy setup. I'm gonna call you on Facebook Messenger and see if we can't maybe make this work. Sometimes this works better to go on Facebook Messenger, and let's see if we can't make this work better instead. If you got your phone nearby, see if you can make that work, because the audio is breaking up so much. We've had it done worse in the past, but this is a little bit tough. There you are. Let's see if we get better audio on this situation. Can you hear me all right, Lance? Oh, good. This sounds so much better.
Okay,
now
I have to set up the shot again.
So, all right. So why don't we go ahead and I can do a screen share. This is fun. I love Restream. Messenger call, share that. There you are, buddy. That's what we're talking about. Now we sound a whole lot better. I want to. All right. What happened to my share? What happened to my share? Give me back my screen share. There we go. I don't know why it switched off. Anyway, so you have you've been a part of Plum Media now for how long? 10 years. And you've got a pretty interesting career track that got you to Plum Media. Tell us a little bit about yourself and your career arc history. So you weren't involved in the show when it was just a Wisconsin show? Awesome. Tom, are you hearing everything okay?
Nothing at all.
You're not hearing Lance?
Nope, not at all. The picture looks fine, but I'm not hearing anything. I don't think it's your microphone or your headsets. I think it's a I'm not sure what it is, but you're hearing it, Greg, but I don't think the rest of us are.
Man.
Carlos Danger, Kurt, if you can hear, let us know.
I hear you fine, Lance. Apparently it's not coming through on the screen on the Restream deal. And Restream sharing audio. That's all good to go.
Yeah, because I can hear you just fine, Greg, but I can't hear Lance. So
Wow.
But I'm reading his lips. I got most of it. No, I'm kidding. Not that good.
Oh gosh. All right. Well, shoot. This is not let's see. There's the source. There's the check. Are you hearing him now? Say something, Lance.
No. I wonder. Yeah.
Oh. Now I have to tell everybody how you're just totally fibbing here just to butter me up. So that's okay. Well, shoot, I don't know why this isn't working because it worked last time. Mute microphone, unmute microphone. Everything is this is so strange that it's working for me, but not for everybody else. I don't know what to tell you, Lance. That stinks. All right. Well, shoot. Well, we're going to have to connect another time, I guess, but I'll tell everybody on the show what's going on in Woodstock. All right, buddy? All right. Thanks for the attempt. Anyway, appreciate that. All right. Exit full screen. And let's see. Turn off video. What happened to my Tom's screen today? All right, we'll exit. We'll stop sharing. Oh, goodness. All right, you there, Tom?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you all right. Well, that stinks.
Okay,
man.
you had me muted for a while. I don't know if you did that on purpose or on accident or what.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out what was changing because this worked for us before when we had.
Well, yeah, it's worked 100 times. I mean, it seems so simple, but there's always that one thing, and you'll figure it out at 9:05, of course.
Well, Main Streets is the show. They've already been in Rockford, and you can watch that show on YouTube. Check that out. It's really fun. It's really cool to see what John McGivern focused on. I know he went to like one of the auto museum thing that a few people know about, but there's some other things he went to that pretty much everyone knows about. But the way he talks about it and the potato chip factory, stuff like that, it was very cool. So check that out on YouTube. There's an event at Woodstock this Thursday at the Opera House. The Woodstock Opera House is hosting a premiere of the Woodstock edition of Main Streets, and that won't be on actual television until February 23rd. My understanding is the event at the Woodstock Opera House is free. However, obviously, the Woodstock Opera House only holds so many people. So the question is, are they doing free tickets that you have to reserve in advance? I'm not exactly sure. You'll want to check with the Woodstock Opera House and check them out. And so see what's going on with them.
How does Woodstock have an opera house and we don't?
Well, we've got the Coronado.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's give Lance one more shot here and see if his audio is any better. I'm going to see. Check. Lance, let's check your audio one more time. See if you're any better. Tom, that sounds better to me.
Nope, still not hearing anything.
Still not hearing anything?
Nope.
Well,
I was going to suggest maybe he's got his button muted, but obviously not if you're hearing him. So no, I'm still not hearing anything.
All right. I don't get it, Lance, because I can hear you. Do you know if Woodstock, go ahead and tell me, is Woodstock Opera House, are they giving out some sort of free tickets for the event on the 9th? Now the audio's gone.
There's a link.
There is a link. Okay. All right, buddy. I appreciate you for trying, and sorry for the technical snafu on this one. So yeah, check out the Main Street show. It's a really cool show. There's a bunch of them already up on YouTube that you can just watch anytime. And then of course the Woodstock show is going to be on TV February 23rd. And that Woodstock special premiere at the Opera House is this Thursday, February the 9th. It was 30 years ago that Groundhog Day was released on as a movie. According to IMDb, I say that wrong all the time. IMDb, Bill Murray was actually bitten by the groundhog twice during the filming of the movie. Well, if you're going to put a groundhog on your lap and try to drive around on a pickup truck, you're probably going to get bit. The clock radio that wakes up Phil Connors every day with that song, I Got You, Babe. It was a classic Panasonic RC6025 that so many folks had back in the day. I never had one of those with the flip numbers. I never had one of those style. Did you?
Those were pretty cool. Classic. And it made you could hear the click of the flip and the buzz or whatever. It was really cool. That's one of those retro things that they might want to bring back. I think they might actually get people to buy those again. That's what I'm thinking. Over the years, I've done a ton of groundhog. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. You've done groundhog trivia. A ton. Yeah. One of the questions we had the other day was, what was the name of the annoying salesman who Phil learned to avoid over the years? Phil Gunners. Ned Ryerson. Ned the Head. I did his daughter. Ryerson. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, Ned's been in a lot of movies and shows over the years, but he's really had fun capitalizing on his appearance in Groundhog Day over the years, and he's been to Woodstock. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I don't think you're going to get Bill Murray to go back there, although I would think you would. Or has he ever been? I don't know. I don't know that he's ever been back for anything special Groundhog's Day related out there, but. Of course, the little known fact that so few people know, at least outside of Northern Illinois, that the film Groundhog Day, not filmed in Puxatawney, Pennsylvania at all filmed in Woodstock, Illinois, and not all of it. The quarry scene right in Elves Park. I lived a stone's throw away from the stone quarry there in those parks for about 8 years, and the quarry also became famous when that guy launched his balloon from the quarry on New Year's Eve in his attempt to travel around the world in one of those high-tech hot air balloon things. Where did he crash land? Yeah. He made it like a day and a half, 2 days, and then he had to bail on the attempt. I forget where he landed though. But anyway, New Mexico maybe or something. Yeah, no, it would have been way too quick for that. He caught the jet stream and then he ended up having to bail in like Pennsylvania or something. Okay. I remember that. But I don't. All right, let's see if we don't have sound from our friend Joann, because maybe if Joann's thing is working, then we're going to be okay. Hi, Joann. Hi, can you hear me now? I can hear you now. Good morning. Good morning. We can hear you now. Those who don't know, Joann operates on an iPad
Is it an iPad?
iPad, yeah.
Okay.
I tried my computer and that didn't work.
We've had issues in the past with audio when it comes to like some cell phone situations. But iPad, because Joann's iPad works, that makes me think that it's not just an Apple thing. If someone's using an Apple computer, then it's not that. But
Why people are talking today.
Lance is saying just go to realwoodstock.com.
Oh.
That's
Lance,
the,
we can hear Lance now.
we can read Lance. Yes. and
I'm
and
trying to
Kurt,
be funny.
Kurt says he was in the movie. So Kurt must have been in.
Said they were the movie.
Were you in town, Kurt? Were you one of the extras, wandering around the town of Woodstock when they were singing the Pennsylvania polka? What was your part in the movie? I'm curious about that, Kurt. All right, so back to some randoms. How about that? We'll get to some randoms right now since we had to bail on the guest. I'm so sad about that. GoRockford.com. Check it out for what's happening around the Rockford area. This week's SMS info unofficially brought to you by All True Eyes. It is the app that enables you to track and verify and maintain your own community service data for a lifetime, for yourself, for your business. Check out All True Eyes. Tell a better story. Live a better life.
Is Kurt related to you?
Huh?
Kurt related to you? I'm sorry.
No. He's a Sanders. I'm a Saunders. Completely unrelated.
Okay.
There's a story about that, but we probably shouldn't go into that today. If you go to Discovery Center Museum today from 11 to 3, they have that celebration of Black culture. It's Black History Month, and Discovery Center Museum has guests learn about Black scientists through the hands-on experiments, discover educational displays throughout the museum. There's a collaborative art project also on display all this month. It's sponsored by Collins Aerospace, and normal public admission fees apply. Free to all museum members and children ages 1 and younger at the Discovery Center Museum on North Main Street. Also, right next door to that, Burpee Museum, they have their natural history trivia night tonight, or I should say today, from 4 o'clock to 5:30. That's $2 for members and $5 for non-members. If you think you know your natural history, it's time to prove it. Get your smartest friends and join the staff quiz masters to battle other teams in a test of your knowledge of animals, plants, dinosaurs, and more. There will be prizes for teams that come out on top and a very crappy prize for last place. Teams of up to 8 people are allowed. That starts at 4, so you probably want to get there early and sign up if you haven't signed up on the website yet. At Burpee Museum of Natural History.
And that is today?
That's today, starting at 4 o'clock. They say they'll be done by 5:30, but Tom will tell you when it comes to trivia, it always takes longer than you plan. Definitely.
Yeah. Well, depending on the questions, if they have like 60 questions or something like that, it will take longer, but probably like 25, 30 questions.
Probably.
And they're all about history?
Burpee Museum of Natural History. We're talking dinosaurs, animals, and plants. I don't think I would do very well. I don't think I would do very well with the history trivia. I just don't, or the natural history trivia. I don't think that.
Well, I don't know. It depends on if it was Rockford trivia. Rockford trivia, I would do just fine.
Maybe they'll throw some of that stuff in there, so it makes it something that people can actually get right. Have you heard of Skinamarink? Skinamarink.
Skinamarink-a-doo. I love you. I love you.
I love you. Yep.
Skinamarink
Yes,
is a Canadian analog horror film. It's grossed $1.8 million at the box office so far, and their budget was only.
Just write a good children's song.
Was that actually the name of the song, Skinamarink?
I don't know.
I
I
don't
might
remember.
just think of it again.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was.
Maybe that's what this horror film is all about, is this children's here's the plot. The plot of Skinamarink, the Canadian analog horror film, is two children wake up in the middle of the night and they find that their father is missing. All the windows and doors of their house have vanished. Right away, I'm scared. I don't. And apparently, maybe that song has something to do with the horrorness of the movie. $15,000 budget, and so far they've brought in $1.8 million. Do the math. That's pretty good. That's pretty good return on investment. There's a report that argues we should focus our solar
They won't
efforts
get any of my
on the
money.
roof. No, I'm not. I don't see horror films. What if we focused all of our solar efforts on the roofs of big box retailers? This is kind of a neat idea. There's about 21,400 big box retailers in the Western U.S. alone. And it's estimated that if solar panels were installed on those rooftops of those big box stores, they would generate about 31 million megawatt hours of energy. And that would be enough to power about 3 million homes. Is that worth the effort? I don't know, but it's a neat idea that we have this vast wasteland of space known as the rooftops of big box stores doing pretty much nothing. What if they were covered with solar panels?
I was looking at Skinamarink. I'm sorry.
She's still singing the song over and over in her head. There's a school in Massachusetts. Maybe you heard about this in the news. There's a school in Massachusetts, 7,000 automatic lights that illuminate a Massachusetts high school have not been turned off since August of 2021 because of a system malfunction. They've been on continuously since August of 2021.
Wow.
The repair company in charge of turning them off said they will be fixed sometime in February. Now that we're in February, this is when they say they're going to get fixed, almost a year and a half later. Is that the weirdest thing you've heard? There's 7,000 automatic lights. They can't turn them off. They turned on. You'd think there'd be a plug somewhere they could just pull and just turn them all off, but I don't know. We've talked on this show in the past about Mr. Beast.
Did Tom leave us?
Tom's internet connection's been having some issues here lately. I don't know what it is, but we've lost him for the moment. Mr. Beast is he's YouTube's biggest creator. He's made millions and millions of dollars creating videos on YouTube. And he actually paid for 1,000 people who had lost their vision to have corrective surgery. Mr. Beast, if you're not following Mr. Beast on YouTube, that's probably one of the definite things on YouTube worth following. He's just a really cool, generous guy, and he's done some really weird things. He's almost like the Dude Perfect guys, or the kind of like the guys who hurt themselves on purpose sometimes. I don't know. He does some really cool, fun stuff. He's even done things in the style of Squid Games and given away tons of money and stuff. So this is kind of cool that he's able to do that. Our friends up in Beloit, they're Hormel Foods, along with Modest Brewing Company. They've partnered on a limited edition chili cheese beer. It's available for $24 for a 4-pack. Not a 6-pack, Tom. A 4-pack. Not that we're buying beer very often, but
wow.
I'm not really, would I try one if you gave me one? Okay, I might, but I'm not going to go out and run out and buy a 4-pack of chili cheese beer.
Chili cheese beer.
That just sounds, it sounds very Wisconsin, I guess, but no thanks. Chipotle is planning to hire 15,000 full and part-time workers ahead of their busy March, May months. They call it burrito season at Chipotle. So if you're looking for work, that might be a place to go. And if you ever wanted artwork with very, very specific subjects, we talked on the show about Chat GPT. in the last couple of weeks. There's like a chat GTP now for artwork, and the website is drake.com. It's JRAKE. And I'm going to share this screen with you guys because I want you to see what I created. Okay, there's the screen. So I put in Drake GTP. I put in my description. I said 2 males, 1 female, all wearing headphones, enjoying a meal together at a brightly lit diner with podcasting microphones on the table and the word Saturday on the walls. And I hit create, and let's see if it created an image for me. And it was so kind of freaky weird that I wanted to share it, but apparently it recreates it again. It didn't save it. So let's see what it creates this time. When I put in all these descriptive words, it's pretty much the similar. So here's 2 guys and a female sitting at a table all wearing headphones. I don't see the microphones. This picture is actually not so bad. The ones that they showed me the first time were so weird. And here's
could be a built-in microphone. My headsets have a built-in mic.
Yeah, these ones have look at these hands. They're just goofy looking. The fingers are not right. They're just not right. And then we've got this one here with a whole bunch of people. He's got his tongue sticking out. So anyway, it creates this artwork. It's JRAKE.com, Drake.com. If you want to have fun creating chat GTP style artwork, you might want to check that out. Yeah, I think that's worth putting in the chat today, right? All right, thank you, Kurt. There's the link.
What was it? JARKE?
JRAKE. Drake. JRAKE. So
Drake.
the link is in the chat if you were bored.
Drake starts with a D.
Drake.
Okay.
That's right. It's Drake with a J.
Okay.
So basically in the box.
Well, that's like Drew Holiday from the box.
That's right. Exactly. He spells his name with a J. So some of the examples on here, it says portrait photo of Asia old warrior chief, tribal panther makeup, blue on red, side profile, looking away, serious eyes, hard rim lighting photography. You can put in as many descriptive things as you want. And then this program is going to go and find those things and create artwork out of it. It's really kind of fantastic and freaky all at the same time. So check out that if you're bored and you want to do something completely off the wall fun. All right. I think that covers all of my randomness today. Again, don't forget Woodstock show on PBS, February 26th. Want to see it before everybody else does. The Opera House, the Woodstock Opera House, February 9th, this coming Thursday, but you do need to go to their website, realwoodstock.com, to get those tickets and see the show. I would imagine it's going to be a packed house. So if you're planning on going, it might already be sold out. I don't even know. And then by sold out, I don't mean sold. They're free tickets.
Reservation dollar.
Yeah, they might have to charge you something just for the service of it all, but the show itself is absolutely free. The Woodstock Opera House is so cool, whether there's a musical going on in there or stand-up comedy or music show, or in this case, they'll have the big screen up there and they'll be showing what Main Streets did all around Woodstock. Should be very cool. All right, Joann, are we ready to take a little tour around?
We can do that.
PAWS Humane Society this week. Let's see what's going on.
How talented I am today.
While she's doing that, I'm going to show off. I'm going to show off my my hat.
Your new glasses.
What do you think of that?
Was it a UFO head?
I picked this up in Vegas when Christy and I went there. I couldn't resist it. I walked by it a couple times and I was like, I got to check this out. All right. Let's take a look at what's going on with PAWS. Woohoo.
Kind of sleepy. Our dogs aren't here yet. Today's our dog day. But no dogs are here yet. So it's trying to escape. This is Dudley. I forgot who we featured
Did you say
last
double A,
week.
like the battery?
Dudley.
Oh, Dudley.
Like Dudley Moore.
Like Dudley Moore.
Got a lot
All
of
right,
work
let's bring
today. Here's the orange cat room.
Hello, kitty cats.
He's backwards. I'm backwards. I guess I was looking the wrong way.
I got a chance to teach a couple of Instagram influencers a trick on their phone this week about flipping their photos so that they're showing it mirrored, so you can actually read stuff on their shirts and stuff that they're showing off. That was kind of fun. Felt like a real techie.
Don't you just press mirror image?
Well, when you take selfies on your phone, there's a setting on your phone automatically on that the front camera, it doesn't mirror it unless you unmirror it. So it's a setting you can switch.
There's getting ready for furball. So lots of things. I think I mirrored it the other way. So
Hello, kitty cat.
the dogs are here. So
Oh,
we've got some German Shepherds puppies, I think. There's one here, but she's kind of stressed. The ride was a little too long for her. And there's our, whoops, I guess I got mirrored the other way. It's only February 4th, so
4 days in.
we haven't had a weekend yet. So. And then
You got one adoption dog. His name is Dogs.
what?
Well,
I
Here's
had
our-
one adoption on the dog side. His name must be Dogs.
yeah.
Congratulations, dogs.
And
Yeah.
she just came in, so she's a little stressed. Beautiful
Oh, she's beautiful. Yeah, she looks a lot like my dog, Knox. Do you know what kind of dog this is?
No, a dog.
A dog. Yeah.
She is.
What kind of lab hound?
He is a dog.
Oh, the Southern lab hound. You know, the lab hound.
What's
The
up?
hound.
Yes.
So that's about it for today. We missed the craziness of the dogs. Here's one. Oh, that's the
Oh,
4-month-old. That's a,
They say Jack Russell, but I don't think so.
oh, it's a little Jack Russell.
little bigger than a Jack Russell.
Yeah, that's what she said. She could with
Yeah.
Jack Russell.
Thing.
Little bigger style Jack Russell.
The bowl of candy.
A pity Russell.
A pity Russell.
I don't know. I'm just
Jack Russells are interesting dogs, but they're kind of bad with cats.
If you got any questions for PAWS, Humane Society, 815-299-PAWS, the number to call. Got the numbers flashing by on your screen, 815-299.
If you are
7297.
planning to go to Furball, I think you have till February 11th. So
Okay.
it's getting
Oh. February.
clicking down.
Yeah. Tabala
Oh,
is the
that's right. Your
place.
birthday is coming up. Happy early birthday, Joann.
Yeah, today is the last day of my 60s.
Oh. Well, have a wonderful weekend celebrating, Joann.
Yeah, we're going to Chicago out to eat, and then we're gonna go see to bring back my youth. We're gonna go see Disney on Ice.
Oh, fun. Well, that'll be fun.
Yeah,
Awesome. Happy
spend it
birthday.
with my favorite people. How can I miss?
That's right. That's
But-
right.
Yeah, this is the last of my 60s.
Hello, 70.
Yeah, don't say it. Don't say it till tomorrow.
All right. Let's
Thank you, Tom.
That's right.
let's see if we can add a score here to our
Oh,
big number. What do you
Sarah. Thanks, Sarah.
It's our big number of the week. This week's big number is 800 million. And the answer is paper or planes. In our current race to 10, we have Joann leading by a score of 5-3.
Please.
All right. So let's find out who gets a point today or if nobody gets a point. 800 million, paper or planes? Give me your answer. 3, 2, 1, go.
Paper.
You both went with paper. All right. So
Did he put his pen away?
I'm going to put my pen down. The average person uses 700 pounds of what material every year?
Paper.
I'm going to go paper.
Paper plates, paper towels, office copy paper, toilet paper, all those paper products. The average person uses about 700 pounds of that every single year. Planes is the answer. Southwest Airlines software glitch that happened right after the holidays. That cost the company about $800 million. In case you needed a reminder that tech is very central to business priorities. There it is. Got to make sure that stuff works right, or you could lose big time. So, oh yes, and Kurt says, don't forget paper planes. Yeah, don't forget paper planes.
Paper planes.
Awesome. All right. I think that covers everything. Any final thoughts before we jet into celebrating Joann's birthday for the rest of the weekend?
No final thoughts
Tom
for
was
me.
quiet.
You don't want to make a prediction on the Pro Bowl?
Yeah, the Pro Bowl. Okay, my prediction is 14 people will watch it.
That's exactly what I was going to say. I was going to predict how many people were actually going to watch the show. Yeah. The skills competition stuff is kind of fun to watch, but I don't know that they hype it up enough or really do a good enough job on TV for it. You're better off just watching it on highlights online and YouTube.
Well,
and
here's
stuff.
Here's my proposal. You take, because of the way they do the buys, it really messes things up, and it's not fair to some team who get their buy, like say week 10, week 11, when their injuries are starting to mount up. Some team has to do their bye week 3, week 4. Now you got to go the remaining 14 weeks without a day off, without a week off. It's not fair the way they do that. So here's what I propose. You go. There's two proposals. You go middle of the season. Now we got 17 games, so week 9 is the middle of the season. You just shut down the NFL altogether for that weekend, skills competition and all of that, where all the families can get together in Hawaii or whatever. Everybody gets 2 weeks off in the NFL. Now I know they'll say, well, the NFL's not going to make any money. Well, they will. They will. You can show games still. You can, or better yet, just sacrifice the money then. Whatever. This way it's fair for everybody. Or what you could do is there's 16 teams. So you have 16 teams, which would be 8 games, playing one weekend, the next weekend, the other
split the season.
8 teams would be playing. Yes, exactly. The other 16 teams, basically.
Yeah.
So you'd still have 8 games. So you're not losing a penny there either. But now the bye is right next to each other, right in the middle of the season. It's
Those
fair for
early
all.
season bye weeks are really tough. That is a
Well, I know this. I know the NFL doesn't really care about fantasy football that much, nor should they, or maybe they should, because fantasy football has been one of the best things to happen to the NFL because it holds people's interest. Nobody cares about a Cleveland Seattle game in the middle of November when they're both, 6 games out of first. Nobody cares except for those who have, Baker Mayfield when he was with Cleveland as their quarterback, Geno Smith as their quarterback, whoever. Nobody cares unless you're dialed in because of fantasy, which I am. So it really wreaks havoc because my buys, the bulk of my buys, were week 14 this year. Last week of the season before the playoffs. And I had 3 guys on bye.
Yeah.
I ended up winning my game, but that's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. And the NFL owes a debt of gratitude to fantasy football. Whoever created fantasy football, genius. Absolute genius. So I know a lot of people don't play it. They don't care. But believe me, the NFL makes a ton of money.
It's a lot of attention. They talk a lot about it on sports talk radio, stuff like that.
Absolutely.
So. All right.
Anyway, that's all I wanted to say.
Well, next week is the Super Bowl. We'll talk about that then and see if we were picking the Chiefs or the Eagles. Andy Reid 1.0 or Andy Reid 2.0. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, one thing I would like to say, go Aaron Rodgers. And don't let the door hit you on the way out. Yeah, somewhere, anywhere but Green Bay.
Just decide already.
I love Aaron Rodgers. I love what he's brought to the town of Green Bay, to Packer fans everywhere. But I'm just tired of this. Make a decision, figure it out, so we can move on. Otherwise, we're looking at 4 or 5 years of nothingness.
He saw his shadow, so
apparently,
it's 4 weeks.
He just asked him to.
Aaron Rodgers saw his shadow. So
yeah, there you go.
6 more weeks of what?
It's 6 more weeks of ayahuasca.
I don't know what that means, but whatever.
6 more weeks, and then I think we'll know where Aaron Rodgers is going to go. So just hang on. All right, friends.
We didn't know until July this past year.
Yeah,
we didn't know until July.
That won't happen this year.
I wouldn't hold your breath.
Said he's giving him 6 weeks.
Remember, you change the world when you help one person. Be a blessing to someone this week. We'll try to do the same. Meet you back here next week for another Saturday Morning Stateline Show. Later, everybody.
Happy birthday, Joann.
Bye.
Happy birthday, Joann.
Bye.
Thank you.